We're Residence Life at Eastern Oregon University, and we build community the Mountaineer way. But 2020 threw us a curveball, and we had to adapt and overcome as we rethought and refigured out how to build community. We're going to walk you through our story and our experience as we come into this new season of life. I hope you'll join us on Mountaineer Life Video Logs. Good morning and welcome back to Mountaineer Life Video Log Series. Super excited to have you back for another adventure. Come, let's go ahead and get this day started and see what kind of adventure awaits us. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning.
Good morning.
Another beautiful day.
That's right. Well, it's another beautiful Mountaineer morning here at Eastern Oregon University, and we're on another adventure looking to explore more and learn more about each other. It's just been so much fun to kind of hear everybody's stories and check in with folks and learn what they're going through and what's been hard for them during this season and how they've found ways to experience joy and find that purpose to keep going and keep rolling through that. And one of the questions that we're holding now is, how have our faculty gone through this experience? What has it been like for them as academic thought leaders who are guiding us through their craft or their trade? What does it look like, and how has COVID changed things for the industries that they study and research so much? And so we want to hear a little bit about their stories, check in with them, and see if we can't get a better understanding of how they've weathered this storm and really where they're taking us from here. And so let's go check in, see what we can learn, and see if we can't find out where we are.
I am Dr. Sherry Carpenter. I am a business professor here at Change the way Eastern operates and the way that we operate here. You know, we have to wear the mask. We have to kind of do the social distancing. It's literally changed the academic world because so many more classes are online now rather than in person. And so we've had to change the way that we teach. We've had to change the way that we approach students. What we're also seeing too is students from the big universities or the larger urban areas are coming online and are also coming in person to the smaller universities like Eastern because they feel safer. They feel more in control of things.
I teach communication courses here at Eastern Oregon University, and so that's what I teach in the communication department. And I teach. I think if you ask them, they'd probably say I haven't. But you do what you can. You do the best you can to inject some of your personality even into an online classroom. And so I try and do that through my discussion board responses and things like that. I've leaned a lot into creating videos, even mini lecture videos and just some fun announcement videos and things like that to try and establish that personal connection, even though it may not be live, even if we're not meeting over Zoom, even if it's a pre-recorded lecture or announcement, at least there's a face there and a voice there, and it's not just words on a screen. So I've tried to do some of that. When I do have the occasion to have some live synchronous class sessions or sessions like that, I like to use, with large groups in particular, I like to use the poll function of Zoom just to ask questions. Sometimes they're little what I call visible quizzes that we do during the class session, to just kind of as a check on, first of all, who's awake and who's not, and who's paying attention and who's not, and who's getting the information. Am I covering the information thoroughly? Are people getting a lot of these questions wrong? And if so, do we need to talk about things more? And other times I like to just throw in random questions. I always like to start my live classes with a question of the day, which is usually not anything to do with what we're talking about. It'll be like, would you rather explore the moon or the ocean, or something like that, or something fun. And I like to throw in random questions in the middle of those visible quizzes too, to try and throw people off and just to, again, make sure everybody's awake. So I try and inject a little bit of my personality into the classroom, but as best we can to keep it enjoyable.
Classes in the exercise science concentration. They include exercise physiology 1 and 2, as well as measurement and evaluation. And I also do a lot of advising for senior capstone projects. So one, my classes got put to remote. So I've been teaching a lot on Zoom. I've been interacting with a lot of students virtually. So just from a very broad, or just from the way it's affected a lot of people in terms of just disrupting that face-to-face interaction, which I really miss. I really enjoy interacting with the students and my colleagues, quite frankly. And I've been working from home for the most part. So that's kind of the first and most obvious way. The second thing is we had to sort of put our in-person labs on hold. In exercise physiology, especially, a lot of our applied learning or lab classes require, exercise, which requires heavy breathing and close contact, and you have to sort of be spotting people when they're running on a treadmill and they're getting tired and these different types of things. And those things just weren't possible to do safely as far as setting up for this year. So we've had to move all those things remote. I've had to rely on a lot of just videos and Zoom and interacting and things like that. So yeah, that's the main way that it's impacted the courses. I don't think it's excitement or fun, to be honest with you. But I think what I've tried to do is be available. And that includes trying to do as much as communication as I can through emails. I post audio lectures, I post supplemental materials, I try and interact with students as much as possible. I've just tried to be available because I know that that's a big part of just sort of isolation, not knowing what direction you might be heading, especially for some of the graduating seniors who are, am I going to go to grad school? How do I apply? How do I do all these different types of things? I've just tried to be as available as possible. So yeah, nothing too, I guess, exciting. I would just say that I've tried to be organized, and I've tried to be available, and I've tried to be sort of understanding, I think is another way to put it. I'm trying to make sure that students know they can talk to me if they need whatever adjustments or whatever it is that they need to help them be successful during this time. That's kind of what I've had to offer.
Hi, my name is Nancy Knowles, and I teach in English writing at Eastern Oregon University. In terms of the COVID impact on my life, here I am in my classroom. This is my kitchen. I find that I like to teach best on my stovetop. So my computer is sitting on my stove. You can see my cabinets behind me. Sometimes I'm embarrassed because my cabinets are open. My daughter will pass through the kitchen, open all the cabinets, get what she needs, and then my whole set is ruined. So I have to close everything up again. That's been kind of fun. It's been kind of fun to see students in their home environment too, with their pets and kids hanging out. So I guess that has been one sort of benefit of the COVID experience for me. Most embarrassing Zoom moment. Well, thankfully nothing too embarrassing, but there was one class session when I realized I had a little something in my teeth. And of course, because I'm looking at myself via Zoom, which I don't do in the classroom standing in front of students. So you kind of slide to the side, try to get the thing out of the teeth and come back on the camera. At least I could tell that I had a problem. When I stand up in front of students, I can't tell if that's a problem. And luckily, so far, nothing more embarrassing.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scariano. I am the academic support coordinator for the university, and I also teach in the first year experience program. Impacted them a lot, especially during fall term. Just figuring out how to adapt to this new landscape has been a challenge, both for me and for the students. I'd never taught online or via Zoom before, and it was definitely difficult to adjust my teaching style and class format. I needed to bring my in-person classroom space, right, where class times are centered around writing prompts and discussion of assigned articles. I needed to bring that online and into the Zoom classroom, and that was challenging. For students this fall, I think many were also trying to adjust to new expectations. And while I think this is always the case, right? For new students, there's always a disconnect that they're trying to bridge between high school and college expectations. But I think this particular year, it was much stranger than usual, right? Obviously.
I want to say thanks to all the students and my colleagues and my dean and the administrators at EOU. Everyone did an awesome job this year, and we've um, we've done a good job under really difficult circumstances, and I'm excited for moving forward.
Well, it was good checking in with our faculty here on campus and getting a chance to hear some of their story and connect with them and see just a little bit of what their experience has been like and really what they're seeing within their industries or within their craft and among our students. And it just really strikes me how they've really embraced the Mountaineer spirit and have found a way to pivot and turn during this difficult season and find ways to come alongside our students and empathize with them and just really understand the situations they're going through, but also finding ways forward and projecting out where things are heading within higher education, where things are heading within their field of study, and what they need to do to provide or to get the learning outcomes and the learning experiences to our students in a meaningful way to continue on in that endeavor and our purpose and our goals that we originally set out to find an education, to experience the academy and find just an opportunity to see new ideas and new experiences and learning grow. And our faculty have really just spearheaded that, and it's just been neat to hear some of their stories as they've kind of pushed through this season. And it was really neat to check in with them. And so thank you for all those faculty out there that are watching and joining us today. And for all of the rest of our viewers, thanks again for checking in with us for another adventure on Mountaineer Life Video Log series. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks again for joining us. Take care, everyone.